So here's the ANOVA summary table. The ANOVA, or analysis of variance, is based on the sum of squares. We'll calculate the sum of squares in a different tutorial. Here is the sum of squares between. Here is the sum of squares within. The sum of squares total is equal to the sum of squares within plus the sum of squares between. So this means if you know the sum of squares total and the sum of squares within, you can calculate the sum of squares between, or vice versa. Here's the degrees of freedom. The degrees of freedom between is the number of treatments, or K, minus 1. The degrees of freedom within is the total number of observations, or capital N, minus K, the number of treatments. And the degrees of freedom total is the total number of observations minus 1. Now, to calculate the mean square between is a ratio of the sum of squares between divided by the degrees of freedom between. Likewise, the mean square within is the sum of squares within divided by the degrees of freedom within. And then to calculate the F ratio, the mean squares between is on top and the mean squares within is on the bottom. So that's how we calculate the F ratio using the ANOVA table.